So the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, the Sutras, and other Prakarana Granthas, all these things are there. And the Gurus tell us all these things. And we receive it.
Power cut.
So we have to receive that. So the receiving part is something very difficult, I was mentioning. So that does not, we don't achieve it by attending the lectures or studying it. They say that the Guru pass on the message through just by a glance. He look at you and then you achieve it actually. So when we make ourselves fit, the glance happens. Already the grace is always there. The sun is always there. You want to bask on the sun, you have to go. So we have to reach that area where we can get. So the grace of God, the grace of Guru, comes in three ways, they say. One, for three examples they give. One is like a fish. Fish. The fish gives birth to hundreds of children. So a big fish will have 1,000 children. And the mother fish will be swimming. And these children will also go with them. So the fish, you know, they are nyadikhadiga. That means they will eat the other fish. The big fish will eat the small fish. So they open their mouth and swim. And small fish will enter into that mouth. So when the mother fish is swimming, the children will all be on the sides. So it keep on looking at them. And by glance it protects it. So Meenakshi they call it as. Meenakshi means the fish-like eye. Fish-like eye, that's just while it is swimming, it is keep on looking at it. Whether my children are okay, children are okay. Like that, the Guru is also keep on looking at you. That's why it's Meenakshi actually. So it is a Chakshushi Diksha, it is called Chakshushi Diksha. So you look, this boy, he's a wonderful person. Let him be benefited. So that drishti is there. And the other is actually, it is like a tortoise. I tell you some of these stories also. Tortoise actually lay in the egg. The fish is in the water, the tortoise on the land actually. So it will lay the egg and cover it with sand. And the tortoise will be hungry, so it moves to some distant place. And it has to get its food and eat and come back. So it takes time for the tortoise to go far away, get its food and come back. So while it is searching its food and taking time, then it will be thinking about whether my child is okay. So it takes time for it to come back and see whether, oh, it is fine. So likewise, the Guru also think about their Shishyas. They think about it. It is called Manasika Diksha. Then a bird. The bird, when the baby bird comes out of this egg, the mother bird will grip it with the two wings. It will hold it for some time. Likewise, the Guru places his hand on the head of the Shishya, and it is called Hasta Mastaka Diksha. So all the Dikshas we get actually. So we are near the Guru, so his Karuna Drishti is always on us. And he will be thinking about us sometimes. Sometimes Guru, I thought about you, you are here. And then this Hastamastaka Diksha also there. Prahlada got this actually. When Prahlada prostrated at the feet of Bhagavan, then he says, Vilokya Deva Kripaya Paripluta Uttaya Dopyam Adadat Kadambujam Kalahi Visrastadiya Kutovayam Uttapyador. He first Vilokya Deva. First he looks at him. And then he lifts him up. Think Kripaya Paripluta, then oh, what a wonderful child it is. Then he lifts it and puts his hand over his head. Likewise, not through communication alone, the messages they deliver, and also that Karuna Drishti is the highest blessing. This Manasika Diksha is the highest blessing, and Hastamastaka Diksha is also highest blessing. But we should be ready actually. We should be ready. For that the seva is required. In the Upanishads we have stories. The Upanishads, when you go through the Upanishads, some story will be there in the beginning. Afterwards, the mantras will be there and the commentaries will be very logical. Some of the commentaries will be so tough you will not be able to even understand. So much logic will be there. Suppose if you read certain Upanishads, the commentary will be so tough actually. The description of the words and the annotations. But the story and this annotation, the logical interpretation and the story, you will find there is some contradiction. One of the story I tell you. One Shishya went to a teacher, Guru. That Guru, yes, he gave him the Jannu Diksha, Namakarana, and he also gave him this Upanayana, and then gave him, everybody knows this story, gave him certain cows. Make it 1,000 and come, he said. So he took it to the forest, and then he was grazing these cows. And time passed by. And then one day a bull says, "Hey Satyagama, we have become 1,000. Take back us to Gurukula." So the bull spoke to him. And then the bull gave him Upadesha. It is said like that. So afterwards it is full of logic. The first question that comes in the mind, whether a bull can speak. The bull will be able to speak, and the bull gives the Upadesha. And then he takes the cows, and that night he stays in some place. And then he takes bath and then he sits there. There is a water diving bird is there. The Maggu they call it as. So that gives some Upadesha. So a bull gives Upadesha, then the bird gives Upadesha, then the third, the Agni gives the Upadesha. In another story, the Guru did Samavartana to all the children. One fellow he detained, he did not give him Samavartana. All right, your studies are complete, you are qualified, you have graduated yourself, you can go back. It's called Samavartana. So all have gone, one fellow he did not permit. So that fellow was saying, everybody has gone, I am alone here. I may be useless fellow. He was thinking and he was worried. He was very sad. And then the Guru Mata looked at him. Why are you so harsh with this boy? It's a wonderful boy. Why are you so harsh with him? Why don't you show some kripa? The Guru did not say anything. He just disappeared. And then this fellow he was not eating. And then the fire, there are fires which he protects. That fire spoke to him. The story goes like this. So, just imagine how the fire can speak, how the bulls can speak. And afterwards, when they meet the Guru asks him, "Hey, Satyagama, it seems that you are enlightened. Who taught you? Who can teach me, Gurudev? You only have to teach." So what those bull, Maggu, etc. told, the same thing he tells. what the fire has told to the other students, the same thing the teacher says. So what does it mean to us actually? So the Guru's grace comes in the form of, you feel, you understand that everything here teaches you. The tree should talk to you. The dog should speak to you. The dog will give you the knowledge of philosophy. Everything here has to speak to you. You learn from everything here. Swamiji was telling, nothing is insignificant. So everything is giving you a message. In the Bhagavad also, there's a story, the Ekadasha Skanda, probably you have seen this, that Avadutas, Upadesha. So in the beginning they say, Avaduta has learned it from 24 Gurus. We try to analyze who are the 24 Gurus, what they said. Before that there are 2 slokas. That is very important. Here Bhagavan Sri Krishna says to Uddhava, our ancestor Yedu went to this Avaduta, and Avaduta told, what are all, looking at this world, what are all things he learned. So each one taught him something. The Guru speaks through those things. Guru will speak through the beggar. Guru will speak through the dog, the cow, the bird, the tree. So the Guru's grace doesn't come from his physical body because he is not a personal being. Guru is an impersonal thing. He is impersonal. There is no Samadhi for Guru. There is no Jayanti for Guru. It is to the body actually, as Swamiji said actually. So Guru is there. His presence is there everywhere. So he speaks through all these things. When we become ripe, the grace of Guru makes you ripe enough to receive the message from everything here. That is what actually the meaning of this Avaduta Gita, Avaduta Upadesha, not Avaduta Gita, Avaduta Upadesha in the Bhagavad. So he learned from so many things actually. Learned from the python, from a prostitute, from trees, from dogs, from the king, from the arrow maker. So everything here is Guru to us. And your Guru will speak through all these things and you will get the message provided we have this receptivity actually. The receptivity comes in the form of the world. You begin to feel the presence of God, presence of Guru in everything here. Ultimately we want that only. Ultimately, as Papa has seen that, whosoever says anything, Papa used to say, Rama told me, Rama said this. So that is actually the realization, and the Guru Seva ultimately makes us to have this feeling. So this we will come across with in so many stories and anecdotes. Usually we chant a mantra which says, Ishvaro Gurudatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavati Yapka Dehaya Rakshana Murtaye Namaha. Ishvara, Guru and yourself. There is no Bheda. Ishvaro Gurudatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. So only the body is different. So Guru will speak from here actually. So it becomes your own Atma. Atma-upadesha, you get Atma-upadesha. Guru comes from within and speaks like that. About Swamiji also, when you mentioned that about Swamiji's second book, Dive Deep and Soar High. When that book was released, I was here. And Swamiji told me, I wanted somebody to review this book. Then I was searching for someone, then finally someone wrote actually. So you please go through this book and tell me what you feel about it. Something Swamiji told. Then I told Swamiji, who am I to comment upon this? And I told like that. And then when I was giving talks here, I was going through the book and every day I connected to that book actually. Every day I was giving the talk was here this.
Satsang.
It was there. And then Swamiji used to sit in front of it. I used to talk like that. Afterwards, I went back to ashram. When I went back to ashram, the General Secretary gave me this book. You please write a review on this book. Dive deep and soar high. What is it? Dive deep and soar high. So then I went, then I did not tell anything, all did not tell. I called Swamiji and told that Swamiji, you wanted me to go through this book. Now they have asked me to write a review on this. Then I wrote something and gave a little. Why I say this? Because already he knows that you are going to do this. So Guru's grace actually comes in. So we make ourselves fit actually. When we make fit, automatically the grace comes because the grace is already there. But whatever we do, the paraphernalia, this may not be very useful. The real change, the real blessing comes when we purify our life. The 30 instructions are wonderful actually. I was thinking, one by one I want to take up and try to connect it. Where the Shastra says like this, I was thinking like that actually. So, some of those things. So you say that think about it, what is it? Think, talk and do only that. Tatchintanam, tattadanam, tadeva anyonya prabodhanam. So Shastra says, you think about Bhagavan. When you talk to somebody, you talk on that subject alone. And then you say something and they will say something. So you are sharing with them and they allow them, other person to share with you. Like that. So in the gopis also the same thing actually happened. So they shared with others. Each one tells some story about Sri Krishna and they tell some story about Sri Krishna. So all these, most of these are very wonderful things actually. So this is also delivered Papa is in all forms and beyond actually. That's what I mentioned that Guru is not a personal being. Guru is not body. Guru is impersonal actually. He is all pervading actually. We are also all pervading. Don't think that we are limited entity. That is body idea actually. Even if, because when body actually limits us. So our mind is bigger than this body. Our mind is bigger than this body. Your mind is not within your body. The body is space-bound actually. The mind is not space-bound. So it is bigger than this body. So the other one is keep watch over all your thoughts, lest you should stray from spiritual path. This is which we call it as introspection. Normally when we do this meditation, what happens? You sit for meditation and suppose if you are chanting a mantra or focusing on something, then stray thoughts comes. Some other thoughts will come and we are carried away by the thoughts. The moment we realize, then what happens? We come back to that. You come back to that and continue that. Then again it goes away, again we come back to that. So all the practice you see, this is, whether it is introspection or meditation, we are trying to focus on Bhagavan or Nama, or focus on you, the Atma Chaitanya. Whatever be the meditation, the process ultimately is converging the mind and fixing it at one point, focusing on one point. So that is ultimately taking place. So if we go through these 30 points, 30 exams, wonderful actually. And depend upon inner satsang, that is also very fine. The outer satsang, little gossiping will be there. But outer satsang is required initially because congregational satsang is also initially required. Because otherwise we will not do anything. So if there is a compulsion to do something, then we go there and sit for some time, and then that much time is saved actually. And the most important thing is, in course of time, we should be able to spiritualize all the activities also. So whatever we do, while doing such things, the thought of God should be there. You should not forget God. At the back of the mind, the thought of God should be there. So that will purify all the activity, and we will not be able to do any other wrong activity. That will prevent us from doing other wrong activities. So that's also one thing which I want to share. So anyway, this initially the chanting of Bhagavan's name, that is prescribed by all the Shastras, and Bhagavan Nama Smarana is the panacea for all problems actually. The Bhagavad, the last sloka is Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Samanaha Tam Namami Hajim Patam. So Nama Sankirtanam Yasya, chanting of Bhagavan's name, Sarva Papa, it will purify us actually. And Pranamo Dukkha Samanaha. So I prostrate to that Bhagavan, that it goes like that. So it says that Nama Sankirtana is easiest in this Kali Yuga, and you continue with that. That will automatically bring the required knowledge also. That is why many of these saints have prescribed Nama Sankirtana. And with these words, I conclude, because now thoughts are not coming. Swamiji has disturbed my mind actually. I don't come prepared. You said something. I became quiet actually. No thought is coming in my mind what to speak. Otherwise I used to speak also all the time. So deep actually, then I want to be still actually. Oh, Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, oh, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. To speak some rajas is required. Now the rajas has gone actually. Okay. So assertive thing, I know all the thoughts are there. I become humbled so much. Hello.
Here there is no officiality, Swamiji. Anytime it strikes, he can say. Anytime the thoughts which prompted you, that can be shared at any time, because here there are no officiality. Before the next program of requesting Ma to share some thoughts, suddenly struck to us Pujya Swamiji as Anandashram, he shared with us this. When he happened to know about Param Pujya Papa, he came here. Papa was sitting on the bench here, and then Swamiji introduced himself and praised before him the then state of mind. He said, I have no interest for this transient, ephemeral activities. At the same time, I don't have any clue about the Paramarthik. So, Papa, you should not push me to this side. Push me to the Paramarthik side. So, Papa looked at him, smiled at him, and then gave him the Ram Mantra here itself. And then Swamiji asked, can I stay here? Not now, Ramdas will call you later. So, Papa was not talking anything about philosophy, anything about sadhana, nothing, He was waiting after. Then at the time of leaving, he asked, suppose I get doubts, will you reply? Ramdas will not reply, he says. Then he patted on his back and said, if you get reply, you should know that you have not chanted Ram Nam properly. We started chanting. He said, not that doubts will come, but I cannot ask. So that naturally, by those words, Papa made him to go within and find out the answer. Anyhow, God willed that this was in 1947, and Swamiji joined Ashram for good in 1949, 26th January. As soon as he came, somehow so many type of activities he had to get into. And after 5-6 months, he said, I have not come for this work. So he told Swamiji, Papa, that I would like to lead a contemplative life. Papa said, very good, you go to Rishikesh. Assume the order of sannyas. Ramdas will give you clothes here. And then, exclusively, you be in that sadhana. Ramdas can also give you the name if you want Anandananda or Satchidananda. Swamiji said, I was stunned. I had no idea of taking sannyas or anything like that. But since it came from Papa, he did not say anything. So the day was fixed and he went. It must have been sometime during June end, 1950. That means he came here in 26th January 1949. For the whole of 49 he was here, and then he started becoming restless, and then he went. And according to the letter which was posted by Swamiji to Papa immediately after assuming sannyas, we should know that it must have been he must have done it on 1st or 2nd of July 1950. Papa sent back a reply. That reply is here. So we will read it out on this auspicious day. This is a letter written to Pujya Swamiji by beloved Papa immediately after knowing that he has assumed the order of sannyas. Beloved Ram, Ramdas got your loving letter of the 3rd instant. We were looking forward for it. Glad that you have taken the new name Satchidananda and assumed sannyas. You now know, this is for all of us. You now know that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Of course, our hearty blessings are with you for your attainment of self-illumination. Do sadhana in a disciplined manner. Be regular in your early morning meditations. Avoid tamasic influences either from within or without. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. Occasionally go and have darshan of Swami Shivanji. His company, even for a short while, will be a source of inspiration to you. Keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Let your mind always dwell on Him. Let Ramnam ring on your lips whenever you are not doing any meditation or reading. Let Ramnam ring on your lips whenever you are not doing any meditation or reading. You may reduce reading to the minimum. Learn by heart stotras that elevate your mind. Be free and cheerful like a bird and feel assured that the divine is at your work and you are sure to reach the goal. Love and blessings, Ramdas. I will again read. So many points, as sadhakas. Ramdas got your loving letter of the 3rd instant. We are looking forward to it. There he was. Glad that you have taken the new name Satchidananda and assumed sannyas. You now know that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Of course, our hearty blessings are with you for your attainment of self-illumination. Do sadhana in a disciplined manner. Be regular in your early morning meditations. Avoid tamasic influences either from within or without. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. Occasionally go and have darshan of Sri Swami Shivananji. His company, even for a short while, will be a source of inspiration to you. Keep before you the central truth, that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Let your mind always dwell on Him. Let Ramnam ring on your lips whenever you are not doing any meditation or reading. You may reduce reading to the minimum. Learn by heart stotras that elevate your mind. Be free and cheerful like a bird and feel assured that the divine is at your back and you are sure to reach the goal. Love and blessings, Ramdas. So many points Swamiji is reminding us today. Amar, we request Madhavji to share some thoughts.
रामसुरत कुमारं देवं कामकाञ्चनमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं योगिं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरुराय. My humble salutations to Parama Pujya